We are staying at Bay Lake Tower Resort on the 10th floor in room 8025 in a studio. Why don't you come inside and take a look? Right, when you walk in, you can see that we have a nice view. This is a preferred view. Also, this room is refurbished. It was recently refurbished. And I find it to be very nice and colorful in here, which is kind of a contradiction to what I found to the lobby. But anyway, so here you are in the foyer. You just walk through the door, and right here you're gonna see a full-length mirror. So that's great, you can check out your outfit. And then on the other side of the hall is the bathroom, so we're gonna open the sliding door. It's not a very large bathroom, but you know, it does its job. Here's your sink area. And then underneath it is a small, slim shelf. But I want to show you that to the side they have like this little cubby area and some shelving. So you can unload your toiletries there. They do provide a hair dryer, and they do provide some Disney products for you. Here's your toilet area. And then of course, towels, plenty of place to hang towels. And this beautiful artwork that they have throughout the whole room, and that happens to be Liberty Square. On the other side is a tub shower combo with a very large shower head, a detachable shower head, and then they have Disney products in here. They also have a shelf if you want to bring your own products. They have a clothesline in here so you can hang your wet items. And then you have glass doors that slide. Let's walk out of the bathroom into the hall. And then right next to it is the kitchenette. It's kind of big for a kitchenette. So let's go inside and take a look. I first want to point out that they have two photos here. In both, you're going to see Roy Disney. This is before Disney World was built, or the Magic Kingdom. And then on this side counter, you're going to see coffee service. They have a drip coffee and a pod coffee maker. They normally give you more pods than this, but this would be full of coffee and items that you need to make your coffee. You have a drawer here so you can unload stuff and put it in there. And that's where your trash and recycling goes. On the opposite side, Snack City, baby. I mean, you can unload a lot of stuff in here. Or if you just want to get some stuff that you can't put in other places in the room, you can put it up there in that cabinet. Here's a refrigerator. It's not huge, but it does a good job. I mean, you're not going to be cooking in here. And it doesn't have an ice maker, but you have an ice bucket here, so you can go get ice if you need it. Up here is in this cabinet, you're going to find a toaster, paper cups, plastic cups. Above the microwave, we have a cabinet. You can put items in there. A large microwave, by the way. Look at that. And then next to it is another cabinet, and they have glasses and coffee mugs. Below it is a sink. It's a pretty deep sink. They do provide for you dishwashing liquid, a sponge, and dish towel. They have drawers here, and in here they have plastic cutlery, can opener, bottle opener, dish towel, more dish towels, sponge and extra liquid, and a dish drainer. And this last large cabinet, cubby, drawer, whatever, you can store a lot of items in here as well, but they are providing for you extra paper towels. And then under here is even more storage. So let's step out of here. Let's go across the hall, but before we do, I want to point out this is where your thermostat is located, so you might need that, especially on a hot day. Or maybe you come in the winter and you want it to be warm in here. Here's your closet, extra pillow and blanket, iron, a place to hang your clothing, an ironing board, safe, which you put in your own combination, and a suitcase rack. Loungefly not included. Let's shut these doors and we're going to look over to our bed. Queen size bed with Mickey head on it. On the wall here, you're gonna see Tomorrowland, Astro Orbiter, Space Mountain. And then our bed has a nice padded headboard. And on each side, you're gonna find these little floating shelves. And above the shelves, you're gonna find outlets and USB ports. Below them, on the walls, you're gonna find extra outlets. And then there's a telephone on one side. There's a light switch that's included, so you can control the lights over the stands. And then they have these little task lights so you can read in bed. Shut it down if you don't want it on. Pull it back out if you do. The bed is on a platform, so you can store items underneath it, like suitcases or shoes or items you've purchased, and get them out of the way. Now we're in the little living area. So we have a couch. You could sit at least 3 people on there. And then we have a task table. This table does have storage inside of it. So you just remove the top, put it back. It is on wheels and you can move it out of the way. And I'm moving it because I want to show you something else. Let me take off these 2 little pillows, and we're going to show you a fold-away bed. And here it is. So this is nice size. I would say it's queen. And then above it, look at that. It's beautiful. The castle and the lights on when you open it, or you can turn it off. That's really nice. Nice colors. This is where your extra pillow and blanket comes in. And then in the morning, you can just fold it right back into the wall and you have your couch back. Now, look at that view. We're gonna go out and take a look at the balcony. We're right smack in the middle of this horseshoe-shaped resort. We have a balcony that has 2 chairs and a table. Ours happens to overlook the pool. Very nice. And of course, Bay Lake. And you can see into Orlando from here. Let's shut this. We have blackout drapes. And then here's another seating area. That's great. Over here we have a very long counter. And it serves multiple purposes. First of all, you have a cabinet right here. So yes, more storage in this unit. We have a Hey Disney. We have more outlets and USB ports here. We have a huge television that swivels. You could also use this countertop as a desk or a place to eat, and here's a stool that you can sit on. Next to it is a 6-drawer dresser, and in here you can see there's your Bible. Those drawers are pretty deep, so you can unload your suitcases. And then I want to point out this monochromatic wallpaper. It represents the mosaic wall that's inside the contemporary that's Mary Blair influence. So that's our look at a studio preferred view here at Bay Lake Tower. We hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit like, please consider subscribing, and we hope that we see you on our next magic adventure. Bye.